Figure 4 Radio.
Lock it in.
Lock it in.
Lock it in. Lock it in.
Lock it in.
Figure 4 Radio.
Hello everyone, welcome to Figure 4 Radio. It's the Mastermind Ollie Spring, joined as always by Luke O'Mac.
Hello.
And we are up to Barely Legal 1997 from ECW. We are watching every single ECW pay-per-view ever released, or everything on the network. We've done Hardcore Heaven 95, we've done November to Remember 95, we've done Cyber
Slam
96, and we're up to the very first actual pay-per-view. From ECW. We've had, thoughts so far, Luke, on the three that we've seen so far.
I think I've been a bit generous with them, to be honest. Like I've given them the benefit of a doubt on a lots of things, because like they have just been like really trashy. That's the only way to describe it. Like there's been no quality like editing like for the videos or anything like that. It's just been, oh, here's a couple of guys wrestling, throw it in a video and off it goes.
I think in context they've been okay.
Certain matches have been alright, but yeah, it's just a case of I don't know, they just haven't been great.
One thing I have noticed as well is there's been at least one long talking segment in each.
Oh, this lasted a good 40 minutes.
That's it. That's kind of killed me. Like in each time, if I'm being honest. Like, I've just got bored.
It's a bit like Raw when it used to open with the Authority for 25 minutes.
Yeah.
It was just like, no, I've had enough now.
Yeah.
But
as I say, I think because this is their first proper pay-per-view.
Yes.
They've got a lot to prove. I guess. So this was where everything matters. They couldn't really mess up. They couldn't afford to put on trash match. Well, hopefully they can't afford to put on.
Yeah.
You're not going to go on pay-per-view and put on having your first 5 matches being lasting 2 minutes each. So I'm hoping there's going to be a level of wrestling in these matches.
Well, the first match looks slightly more interesting than what we've seen before. The Dudleys, as we know them, Devon and Bubba Ray, in the ring.
And this is the first time we've seen Devon as well.
Yeah, it's the first time we've seen him on the pay-per-views. They've got the tag belt, so, it's something that we know. It's just, let's see how it goes, I guess.
It looks like they're going to be up against the Eliminators. So this will be the first time we've seen them in a match that hasn't involved the Pitbulls.
Yes, this is true.
Which will be interesting.
Yeah. And it's four men that can technically wrestle, not as in like...
Yeah.
They have technical ability to wrestle as opposed to just throwing each other through tables.
There you go. So yeah, I mean, I've got high hopes for this now, because this is now the first pay-per-view, so it is all on the line. I think Paul Heyman was saying that if they hadn't have made a hit with this show, then ECW would have closed down.
Yeah, I think this was the make or break for them.
It was literally double or quits for them.
I think they had so much momentum from the Philadelphia crowd going into this that they were just like, right, we can do it. And, you've got to give Heyman credit for that.
Yeah, true. And of course, so this is number 4 out of 24 pay-per-views. So we're getting stuck into
number
this.
4.
Yeah. There's still another 20 to go. But I think they're going to get better and better and better as we go. I mean, obviously the money's going up. They're on proper. I mean, even the ring at the moment looks the best the ring's ever looked.
Yeah, like it actually looks like it's sturdy. It's got a proper mat. It looks
the camera angle the cameras look slightly better, and like they got like more quality cameras. Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to this. So we're going to get stuck into match 1. And then we will get back to everyone.
Yeah, we'll see you after.
Yeah.
Hello, so we are back after the first match, which I'm really pleasantly surprised about, actually.
I'm shocked. I mean, yeah, lots to talk about if you ask me.
It was a title match for the tag titles. It came across as a little bit of a squash match. I think the Dudleys got a little offense at the very beginning.
Yeah, a little bit. And they got a few bits and bobs in here.
But yeah, Kronos and Perry Saturn just, took it to them. And to be honest, there were some really nice bits. There was step up springboard moonsault
from Perry Saturn,
which was a good at 450 from Kronos.
Yeah, and he did that kind of he did the suicide dive where he did a handspring first and then moonsaulted over the ropes.
the crowd were right behind it. There were no shenanigans.
No,
at the beginning, but it was literally, oh no, I'm going to smack you with this sign quite gently, and they got rid of him, so it was just a match.
But yeah, like I think we said halfway
really
through,
good.
there was no like hardcore stuff, no weapons, no chair shots.
No, I mean it was.
But the crowd were going wild for it.
Yeah, I mean
as they should have done.
It was a tornado tag, so both men in the ring at the same time.
I think that's just an ECW. Because ECW, because Paul Heyman,
because fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but actually, like, you know, I said to you before this has started, like, I've given them the benefit of a doubt, and, you know, I'm going to be a bit harsher with it.
You were ready to rip into everything.
It really
but
was. But actually,
so far, you've got nothing to
really pleasantly surprised. The team of Saturn and Kronos work really well together.
Yeah.
Actually,
so we even said the belts look more professional now.
Going to go out on a limb here and say, actually, as a team, they're really good. Like they're up there. They're up there with the likes of like Edge and Christian.
The
and,
amount of double team maneuvers and spots and sequences they hit. You know, like so you do this kick, then that kick, then this kick, then that kick, and then that's that spot. They had so many of those little things where you know there was like stereo roundhouse kicks and twisting capoeira kicks and things like that. They were a well-oiled machine.
That still doesn't take away from them individually, because they're still really good individually.
100%.
So
I think that's a strong opening match.
Really good opening match. One of the best ones we've seen in a long time.
Definitely.
From ECW.
And I think it's good that we started off on the three other ones because we saw where they came from. I mean, this show is a year and I think 2 or 3 months on from Cyberslam, which we watched last week.
Yeah, that's right.
So we've kind of skipped a year's worth of evolution, and I said the cameras, like you even pointed out, the way it was shot and stuff.
Yeah, the hard cam's a lot better. The camera's movement inside the ring itself, the way it's laid out, everything looks so much better.
And we've had video packages.
Yeah, there was
video package before it even kicked off.
Yeah, there was an opening video package. We've got one going on at the minute. It's looking actually like a lot better than, I suppose they were called super cards, weren't they?
Yeah. But that's what we called them. To say so far, it's definitely living up to expectation, and it's only going to get better because I think
it's surpassing what I thought it was going to be. Like I said,
already, and that's one match in.
I was ready to rip into it. Really,
you kind of sound a bit disappointed by that.
I am. I want something to rip into. If I don't have to lay into you, Ollie. So.
Well, next match we've got is RVD and Lance Storm,
and again, two technically the greatest wrestlers that
once again I can't wait to see it. I mean, Cy Gregory, local wrestler trained by Lance Storm. RVD, absolute legend. This is going to be a really interesting one again.
Let's get into it. And
I can't wait.
We'll let you know.
Okay, so match 2, Rob Van Dam and Lance Storm, another solid match.
Yeah, really, really good. Technically really good. Like you said, a bit of a quick ending.
Yeah,
I didn't
came
from nowhere.
Especially because we had things like the 5-star frog splash that was kicked out of, a power bomb onto a chair that was kicked out of. Some things that you'd expect to get a win, and then I think was it just a standing moonsault that won it?
Well, no, I mean I think the spot itself was he threw the chair. Lance caught it.
I blinked and missed it.
Yeah, Lance caught it, and then he gave him. I want to say like a roundhouse kick. I guess
that's the Van Daminator, isn't it?
I think that's what it's called. I don't know which one's which. Van Daminator, Van Terminator, whatever. But he gave him that to the face, down for the win. But to be honest, technically very good. There's some really good spots in it. First time we saw weapons in it, which ECW, it's going to happen.
They were used inventively in spots, like
exactly
with the leg drop onto it's Rob Van Dam setting up a chair and Lance Storm hits the leg drop and knocks his head
knocks his face into it.
It was clever stuff.
Yeah, it was very good actually. Historically, two very good workers anyway.
100%.
So it wasn't going to be a bad match, and I'm kind of eating my own words.
Well, so far, right, no one's bladed. There's been no blood.
No, that's true.
There's been no kind of... I mean, like I said, there was chairs in this match, but it wasn't just grab the chair by the feet, swing it and hit someone in the head.
They
were used in different spots.
Yeah, it wasn't aimlessly hitting someone with a chair for the sake of it.
And the crowd are reacting really well to it. They're absolutely loving it. I mean, they're letting them know when they fuck up. Like when RVD slipped off the top rope,
they were chanting
for
a slingshot elbow. But it was really good actually.
Two for two.
Yeah, and you mentioned it during it, saying that actually it's a lot smarter booking.
Yeah. Because as I say, it hasn't been trash matches. There's no like everyone blade. So I'm fully expecting there to be blood, but I'm expecting it to be in the last match or two.
Yeah, exactly.
To make it mean something, because otherwise the crowd are going to get desensitized.
Bleeding for bleeding's sake.
No squash matches to waste time. It's been solid wresting. I mean, there's been some promo time. I mean, I think the Dudleys had some time. RVD's on a little rant right now.
But it's not the 20-30 minute promos we've had before.
Yeah. Well, of ex-WWE or WCW guys just ranting because they were given a microphone.
Yeah, because they can sit there and rant. But, I think these are the kind of things that extend the storyline. So, people at the minute booing RVD, he's obviously the heel in this.
Well, after that promo, he is.
Yeah.
But then I think a lot of the time, I mean, it's either obvious who the heel is or isn't. But then I think with ECW, you can go out and be told that you are this way, and then if the crowd don't like you, you just gotta either call it on the fly or have a crappy match.
Yeah.
But that was another solid match.
No, I enjoyed that.
As I say, like you're so. It's bittersweet. You want to be so angry and you can't.
Being left a bit red-faced, unfortunately.
So this next match, we've got Great Suzuki, Gran Hamada, and Gran Naniwa versus the BWO Japan of Taka Michinoku, Terry Boy, and Dick Togo. Now, interesting story. Great Suzuki, and Taka Michinoku had the first ever real light heavyweight match in WWE on pay-per-view. Great Suzuki was meant to be the big Japanese star they pushed, but he didn't sign last minute, and it was Taka Michinoku on the match with Great Suzuki that got him over. And he then signed the deal, and he was kind of the first light heavyweight champion for fucking ages.
So I've been waiting to say this.
What?
Indeed.
Indeed. And then Taka Michinoku, Terry Boy, Dick Togo, and there was another one in WWE, but there was a group of three. I'm not sure if they were Kai and Tai.
Yeah, Kai and Tai. I can't remember who that was now. That was...
Well, it was Funaki and...
Taka Michinoku and...
Well, okay, so actually no, it was them when they had... It was Taka Michinoku who was feuding with the Kai and Tai originally came in as heels to battle Taka Michinoku. So it would have been Funaki, Terry Boy and Dick Togo. And actually, they were really fucking good. They were really fucking good.
I think, like I said, this is going to be the first time we see them from an early point of view.
Yeah, I'm guessing this is before they signed with WWE. The only thing
that I can really remember from their WWE run was the Mr. PP incident.
Yeah. It's funny, the stuff you remember. So talk about Perry Satt and you're like, mop. Oh, yeah, Kai and Tai. Oh, yeah, choppy PP. You don't remember any good wrestling. It's just the shit stuff.
But then that's the thing. I think it's the way they used, isn't it? So you can see that they were good workers. They were just given really shit gimmicks in the bigger ones. So fingers crossed. I'll hold out a little bit of hope for this match. Yeah, actually, this could be really good. I mean, I think this is the token foreigners match because they had like Rey Mysterio and Psychosis as the token Mexicans. These are the token Japanese guys. Here we go. Here come the streamers.
And they're doing the... so as I say, it kind of... To be honest, I think this is really good because it shows ECW are willing to have other cultures involved. It's not just a bunch of rednecks with razor blades in their wrist tape
on TV.
Yeah. And it's shown that they have a lot of respect for us. So they kind of, even the crowd are getting themselves over as being slightly more respectful than we're used to.
Yeah. Yeah, and matches like this, I think we spoke about it before as well, saying about the cruiserweights at WCW. I think this was just before they were brought in.
Possibly, ECW really were ahead of the curve, really. In that respect.
Exactly.
They could have ushered in the light heavyweights and the cruiserweights, and they also ushered in the Attitude Era. So it's very, very interesting. But yeah, this is history. I mean, I know I've seen at least 4 of the men in this 6-man match, so I know this is going to be a good one. Again, no real storyline, but I get that means their work rate and the spots are going to have to get them over. I'd agree with that. It's another one where we're just going to soak up the action. I think they've even got a Japanese ref, which is awesome.
I'm actually really interested to see how this one goes down because, like you said, you don't think of this type of match when you think ECW.
Yeah, I know, definitely. I was quite surprised when I saw it.
Yeah.
But let's get underway with 3 Japanese men versus 3 Japanese men.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so back after what was a 3-on-3 tag match, and I'm not even going to say I'm pleasantly surprised
You've got
anymore.
nothing. You can't fault it.
No,
that was amazing.
That was technically some amazing wrestling. The speed of the match was really good.
The fluidity, like the way it flowed.
It flows so well. The spots that were in it were great. Every man got everything in. It was just so well done. Kind of makes me want to go and watch some New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Like I've never really watched any New Japan. As I say, I was familiar with a handful of those guys beforehand. Obviously, Taka Michinoku went on to do big things as far as WWE goes. But that whole match was it was just brilliant.
If the wrestling is like that still now in Japan, I'd watch it every week. Like that really was like. It wasn't until the last two minutes or so that it broke down. It went outside. Yeah. It was almost like a proper tag match. There was tags in and out. There
was only ever one man in the ring. Well, mostly one man in the ring at the time. Yeah. I don't think there was a rule about tagging in and out, from what I could tell.
No, I think it was if someone's outside, you can legally go into the ring and take his place.
If one man steps out, one man's allowed to step in without tagging. But,
it was. It was so.
It was organised chaos, I guess, because they were obeying the rules. Unlike any other tag match, but once again, the crowd loved it.
Yeah, they fucked up chance.
Gonna say, they're still shouting them when they did fuck up, but that's just because I think they were smarky bastards.
Yeah, but
I can't fault it.
The first three matches of Barely Legal 97 have, for me personally, surpassed the last three pay-per-views in general.
I mean, the best matches we've seen so far. I mean, the TV time limit between Sabu and Tuco Storpio was good.
That was good.
I think that's probably the only match so far that was.
Yeah, the rest, like I said, there were so many squash matches before. There was so much talking, so
segments
much blading
where
and
911 would come out and just chokeslam everybody.
Yeah, it just wasn't billed properly. Whereas this was it's done really well. And again, it's another video package building up for later on tonight. So it's storytelling. It's not just here's two men having a fight with glass tape to their knuckles.
There you go.
It's really, really good so far.
And I think the next match is for the ECW World Television Championship. Shane Douglas is a champion. Pitbull number 2 is the challenger. This could be this could be the first kind of, because that's the thing with Rob Van Dam and Lance Storm, it wasn't a very clear who's the heel, who's the face.
No.
Same with that tag match. It was more just action in the ring.
Yeah, I think the tag match essentially was kind of an exhibition match, wasn't it, to show off the skill and the style.
This is what Japan can do.
Yeah, you cheer for everyone.
This could be the first proper ECW style match.
Yeah,
maybe.
I don't really know a lot about the guy behind Pitbull 2.
I think, I'm not sure if this is before or after, but I know there was a storyline where possibly Shane Douglas broke one of the Pitbull's necks, and then the other one came after him. It was really, I saw it on the network, on the top 50 OMG moments. It was just off a DDT. It didn't look like anything dangerous, but it was obviously the way his head landed and snapped his neck. But I think that's where the Shane Douglas Pitbulls thing went.
Okay.
But yeah, so he's a TV chat. I'm really hoping this isn't the night that he breaks one of their necks, actually.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Shit.
I'm
just foreshadowed it.
We've had 3 really good matches, and if it stays in this vein, it's going to be a really good pay-per-view.
And you were
I'm
talking
just hoping
about
this match doesn't let it down.
You were
I think
talking
that's my
about
worry.
Squash matches before as well. Match 1 lasted just over 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Match 2 lasted just over 10, and that was 5 seconds short of 17 minutes.
There you go.
And this is like decent length matches.
It's one of those things where I'm so used to watching ECW and thinking, right, you're talking for 20 minutes, someone's going to come out 30 seconds later, it's over. You do zone out. Whereas actually, I don't want to say enthralled, because I don't say that far. I got up and went for a drink, but but I'm happy to sit here and watch it and enjoy it. So
they're currently building like say building the main event, because we've seen little video packages on 2 of the 3 contenders for the 3-way dance so far. We've obviously been talking over it, but it would really be dragging me in. I know it would, because obviously you're going to go into the main event with a bit of storyline, with a bit of backstory.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like it was before, where it's you got 4 men. It's for a tag title match. They're just going to blade and that's it. It's not. But you know.
Another thing, we've got match graphics as well.
Yeah, exactly.
We know who's in the ring.
Yeah, exactly.
So many things are going right for them right now.
It's the little things which I kind of like. It sounds a bit stupid, like because this was 97, you could go upstairs and you could do these graphics on your computer now. Yeah. But obviously back then you had to pay for it and stuff. But it's putting that little bit of money in it just makes it feel so much better.
And like I said, the little things they didn't quite focus on before, but then I guess they didn't need to. All they needed to do was put on shows that had people talking, and then word of mouth helped them grow. Whereas now, they've got, they were on national TV. This is probably going globally on various pay-per-views.
Yeah, exactly.
In one way or another. So they have to think about the little things, and I think it's working.
I think the little things made the last match a lot better, like we said, because it is that Japanese strong style. Having those mics makes everything sound like it's genuinely bang, 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 and it was
the ring sounds absolutely brutal.
It was really good. Going back onto track a little bit. Franchise. Shane Douglas coming down now
Francine
with woman
wearing very little.
I think she just got out of bed by the look of it.
Well,
just threw her nightie on.
Yeah.
Just
no complaints from the mastermind. 4 matches in, we're getting another championship match.
Yep.
And again, so the belts, I don't know if they must have upgraded the belts, but
I think they must have done, because they're looking a lot. Either that or they've polished them.
That's true.
They're just looking a lot nicer.
Is it just me, or does Francine look like an anorexic Mickey James?
Yeah, maybe actually.
Softcore country. Right, so let's get stuck into match number 4. But so far this is really fucking good.
Yes. Yeah, don't know what else to say. Yeah.
Match 4, Shane Douglas, one of the Pitbulls. Worst
2.
match so far.
Yeah.
I mean, in a way, easily the worst match so far. It was still all right, but
I think you said just then. Oh, hang on. Who's that?
That's a very clear microphone, so that's coming through the house system. Anyway, so there's some stuff is happening post match, but like we said, we thought they were trying to be. They were trying to be
too many smaller men.
Yeah,
moves,
like cruiserweight moves, like trying to be little men. I get the feeling. I think I know who this guy is. There's a guy that's just walked to the ring with a mask on. I think that's Rick Rude.
Yeah, I think.
Just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
Not quite sure why he's in
and he just put
ECW.
his tongue down Francine's throat, who's passed out now, apparently.
Anorexic
Mickey James.
Anorexic Mickey James.
Yeah.
I think they were trying too hard to be what they weren't. They needed to put on a big power man move.
I think it got sloppy.
Like
as oh, hang on a sec, who's that? Oh, there's Rick Rude.
Bait and switch. Anyway, we're getting caught up in the live action.
I think as the match went on, it did get a little bit sloppy, especially when they were trying those.
That's it.
There was
cruiserweight
moves.
So many obvious botches, I think.
Yeah, but then when they actually did the big guy moves,
gorilla press slam and pump handles,
they worked really well. Too many kind of botches in it, I think.
Yeah, it was so
called a classic.
And I mean, maybe not botches, but it was just sloppy. It wasn't fluid like the Japs were.
Yeah.
Or Van Damme and Storm. It was just all a bit clunky.
Yeah,
really.
Exactly.
Which is a shame, because I mean, it had potential as being a good big man versus big man match.
The story behind it, I think having the title on the line worked.
First 5 minutes, brilliant. When he was going after Shane Douglas's neck because he broke his partner's neck.
Yeah, there was a nice bit of story behind it, and then Pitbull won, came out from the crowd, caused a little bit of a kerfuffle,
a bit of drama, a kerfuffle. I still think the match maybe went about 5 or 10 minutes too long.
Yeah, I think
the crowd were chanting boring by the end.
Yeah, it had got to a bit of a stalemate, really, hadn't it? Like the no selling in it, like people took. Like one of my favourite moves, we were talking about this, is the sit-down pile driver.
Yeah.
He took 3 of them and no sold all 3.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like
there was a lot of no
that.
He took a big move, like when he took. Where there was something to do with like a knuckle duster, and
he took 2 knuckle dusters to the head.
Yeah, and then took a piece of the table to the head and kicked out the quickest 2-count kick out I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was
sold all of it. Yeah, so not surprised that Pitbull didn't really make it too far in the world, because I mean, good, but not. It could have been better.
To be honest,
Room for improvement.
If you put that match on one of the other three ones we've seen, top of the card straight away. But with the what we've already seen so far, but it is showing story, it's showing character.
That's probably the biggest storyline we've seen in any match so far.
Yeah, so actually, as far as ECW's going, and again, like I said, I've wanted to shit all over this all night, but I can't. It's showing progression, and it's actually been really enjoyable. So,
and it can only look up. One fact, we recently watched the ECW, an official, authentic, untold story or something like that.
You mentioned this. I'm yet to see it, but yeah.
Oh no, we watched it after you'd gone on Saturday. Yeah, we all had you left, and we all had pizza when we watched it. But one thing Taz was talking about was, hey, you left.
I know. I had your
parents
to see.
Yeah. One thing Taz was talking about on that was how him and Sabu had been booked. It was basically almost like a year-long feud that had been built up. I don't think they'd met each other in the ring yet. I think the first time
this
in
is
a
the
year.
Thing. I think actually, to be honest, that's what's missing with modern day wrestling is feuds are
big builds.
His 4 weeks. It's done.
Well,
like there's no
apart from John Cena and The Rock. That was just brilliant.
Yeah,
that was the feud that dragged me back into WWE really. But from I'll say once again, I might be wrong. I'm just working on presumptions, I think. But they ever since when Taz came back, Sabu came back and everyone cheered him, and then Taz cut that promo on. I'm gonna guess it was it. No, it was November to Remember. I think.
November to Remember.
When he really turned and Bill Alfonso joined him.
Yeah.
One of the things that he was legitimately pissed off with was how Sabu had left. He no-showed an ECW show to go to Japan.
Yeah.
And when he returned, he was treated like a hero. They were so happy to see him, and he was pissed off the fact that he's been there every single week. He's never no-showed a show, and he doesn't get the respect. So he turned on the fans, and then I think there was this huge feud basically between the two that it lasted for like I say, it was such a long build, and he was put in the co-main event. And apparently the locker room hated him for it, and he got a lot of heat, but they deserved it. I mean, it was a good, compelling storyline. I can't wait because these two had such great chemistry. You just know that Taz and Sabu in the ring, it's going to be good. It's going to be two men that will literally beat the shit out of each other.
Again, it's that
and break
thing,
their bodies for a match.
It's that thing, like they've got the brawler instinct in the pair of them. But they've also got the technical side to it as well. So actually, put it all together, it's a nice little mix. And again,
another match I can't wait to see. It's going to be amazing.
Really good. So back after Taz versus Sabu. I'm not going to lie, I missed a little bit of it.
A little bit, not too much. I'll rewind a bit for you.
Okay.
Another one that felt clunky in places.
Yeah, it was kind of your traditional ECW match. They went into the crowd, they used weapons, but actually, still not a bad match.
There was a few botches, like when Sabu went to springboard over the rope and just landed about a foot short.
Yeah,
and
so
just landed and just stepped through the ropes.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. We were saying during the match, haven't seen Damage Control, and here they come.
And Sabu's not wanting any of it.
Yeah.
I think in a way, I think both guys looked a bit nervous.
Yeah.
I don't think they felt like they should have been that high up the card. And they looked a little bit nervous, so some of the spots didn't quite go as planned.
We saw again some more dangerous suplexes from Taz.
True.
But to be fair, that's just the style of suplex they are. They're always going to look that way.
Japanese strong style suplex.
Yeah. But actually, to be fair, the match between them wasn't overly bad. It was okay. The story behind it, there was still story.
Yep.
Just carrying on now as we talk. It was a fairly solid match. It wasn't too bad.
I think they could have. There was definite moments. There was definite moments where you could see like flashes of absolute brilliance from both men.
Yeah.
But then I think maybe one or both of them got injured during the match, so they had to slow it down. And hit a few
Taz was
rest
clutching
holds.
his shoulder for the last 3-4 minutes of it. Like that genuinely hurt. I don't think it was a blade job. I honestly think his nose, the injury to his nose, because I think if they were blading, they probably both would have done it. So I think it was a genuine injury. Actually, still not the worst card match on the card.
Yeah,
Sorry,
no. So
it still goes to Shane Douglas and Pitbull too, but
still strong match. So I mean, I think every time it looked like they were losing the fans, Sabu threw himself through a table.
Or threw himself over a rope or
did something
through a
crazy,
guardrail or something, just to
kind of pop the crowd a bit.
Exactly.
I mean, it definitely had one or two moments where it was super clunky.
Brawling through the crowd was really bad.
There was a bit where I think Taz really hurt his shoulder, and they both just kind of lay on the mat for a little while and just probably talked through what they were going to do.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
that's what you got to do in that situation. It's unlucky, really.
Yeah,
but I get the feeling we can see a lot better from these guys.
Like you said, it could have been a bit of a nerves thing because, like you said, they were both. Sabu came out and he was, his erratic self and he was running around and stuff. But actually, by the end of it, he was quite subdued and a bit. And
actually, I've just noticed there was a big love-in between Taz and Sabu, and the crowd started booing until they realised that Sabu was letting Rob Van Dam come in and hit him from behind. So these three men right here, the more they are involved with each other, the better, if you ask me.
Yeah, I'm hoping this comes across on the next one.
Fingers crossed. Yes, we've got, I think, 2 matches to go. Number 1 contenders match, followed by the
match itself.
The match itself for the belt. Yep. It's going to be an interesting one. We've got triple threat coming up, and then the main event. I think anyone that knows a bit about ECW history knows exactly what happens. Yep. If you don't, we won't spoil it for you. Tune in in a little while. Keep listening, and we'll let you know.
Okay, so we've just seen it was 2 matches back to back.
Yeah.
It was
it was a triple threat, and then it went pretty much straight into it.
Yeah. So the triple threat was an elimination triple threat. It was.
We only figured out it was elimination after the first elimination, though, because we spent half the match confused as to why
they weren't breaking up pin attempts.
Yeah, we just thought Sandman was being drunk and not caring,
which to an extent he kind of was, but So to be fair, that was kind of the gateway to what we just saw, which was let's go for it. So Terry Funk versus Sandman versus
Steve Richards. Steve Richards eliminated first.
Yep, and then Terry Funk picking up the win.
Yeah.
And it went literally straight into Terry Funk
Raven
versus
was just like,
Raven.
Power, there I am.
Yeah, for the title, because obviously the triple threat was for the number 1 contendership. Terry Funk actually did very little in the main event, as it were.
He pretty much bladed that's a pretty bad blade job. He is absolutely covered and soaked.
Yeah,
in his own blood.
It was from essentially a chair shot, wasn't it? It was
possibly, yeah.
Yeah, I think the chair was thrown at him or kicked at him or something, and that was where the blade job happened. But he just spent the rest of the match just flailing around. Had his bacon saved by
Tommy Dreamer.
To be fair, as far as main events go for ECW,
pretty good moment.
Yeah, it was pretty good. There was a spot where Big Dick Dudley came back and rejoined Raven's Nest. Was going to put Tommy Dreamer through a stack of 3 tables.
Something like that, yeah. Tommy Dreamer reversed it.
Got reversed. He ended up going through.
Took a poor bump through that.
Bump.
Yeah. He kind of jumped before Tommy Dreamer had made the motion to pick him up. And it was a bit sloppy, but the crowd popped for it. They enjoyed it. Wasn't
overly bad. Like we said, it was the only time we saw blading, which I think actually, like you said earlier, less is more. Yeah, it worked.
It made it more shocking.
Yeah, it was that typical ECW main event.
I still don't like anything that Sandman's involved in. I think he's probably my least favourite wrestler of all time ever.
Yeah.
I just don't get how he's so over.
I think I said this to you during the thing.
He's the Dean Ambrose of ECW.
He looks like he's just got off the sofa. He was just sat there watching telly and just thought, actually, I'm just going to go and wrestle. He doesn't look like a wrestler. He doesn't act like a wrestler. He doesn't
dress like a wrestler.
Yeah, he's just...
they always say that in promos, about Daniel Bryan. You don't... Yeah, but he looks... You'd have thought, if you're going to be a professional wrestler, you'd at least... There's no way you thought, I've got a really good idea for a gimmick. I'm going to wear pajama trousers, zebra sneakers, and just a baggy t-shirt.
Yeah, and I'm going to smoke and drink on the way to the ring.
With no gimmick or further thought to it. It's poor. It's poor.
But to be honest, Not a bad ending, actually.
No?
I mean, Terry Funk picked up the win.
Feel good moment.
Yeah, Tommy Dreamer came in, gave Raven the DDT. Bit of a dodgy ending.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was a botch or not.
I think maybe just from the ring.
Yeah.
From the timekeeper's area. There was a DDT. Funk got the cover. It was a kick out and then roll into a small package, and that was the 1, 2, 3 that got him the win. Actually, as far as the pay-per-view goes,
pretty fucking good.
Yeah, actually, it was all right.
I think the opening 3 matches kind of eclipsed the last 3. In a way.
From a wrestling point of view, they do.
But I think Rob Van Dam always wanted to go out and steal the show and show off, is what he always says. So that's what he did. That's what he did with Lance Storm. I'd say it's a pretty fucking good pay-per-view.
It's the best one we have seen
by far,
by a long stretch of imagination. If they continue in that vein, I could enjoy the next 20.
I think so. yeah. We can push on, I think. But yeah, that is the first ECW proper pay-per-view. Of course, the other 3 are available on the network as well that we watched prior to this. Of course, what did you think? Let us know in comments. Pop us a message on Facebook. It's facebook.com/figure4tv. Luke, what's our Twitter and Instagram handles?
Twitter @figure4radio for both Instagram and Twitter.
We're moving some of our old podcasts before you were. We're going back a couple of years now. We're putting our old podcasts. They're moving off of iTunes and Podomatic onto YouTube. So do go to youtube.com/f4tv. Check out some of the old ones. I think we're going to slowly transition them, make a bit more room for the new ones, and put the old ones on YouTube.
Give us a like and a subscribe while you're there as well.
There you go. Yeah, rate, review, and all that lot. Where else are we on? We're on figure4radio.weebly.com.
Yeah. There's a website,
some blogs, some what's the word, like character bios for us.
Yeah, there's some
read some funny stuff about me, Luke, and Kai.
It's not just us 3 though, is it?
There's a few others. The Phantoms
on there. Little gems in there.
The boss is on there as well. Alice Kennedy. We've got a lot going on. As I say, don't forget to tune in next week, where we're going to be starting our year review. If I remember rightly, we are going to be doing breaking down 2016 and looking back at the entire year.
There's a lot that's happened this year.
There's a shit
break down.
It might be a chunky one, folks. But thank you very much for joining us this week on Figure 4 Radio from the Mastermind Ollie Spring.
From Luke O'Mac.
We'll see you next week.
Figure 4 Radio.